Whenever you're ready. Okay, good morning. It is March 20th, the first full day of spring. It is 9:02. My name is Dean Mazzarola, Mayor for the City of Leominster, and we are providing you with a morning briefing. And again, we know that there is lots of information that's out there, an overabundance of information. However, what we tried to do is make it more localized. So today we have conference calls with Mass Department of Public Health, Bluebird Foundation. Again, we'll be talking United Way, UMass Hospital, and about 3 or 4 others during the day. Today, our focus is on child care services for emergency workers, and then again, another conference call with Health Alliance. Yesterday, the governor closed all daycare centers, and so we're sort of scrambling to try to help those in the community that are in dire need of child care. Obviously, the child care services that the governor talked about yesterday was setting up these areas for child care for emergency workers and also healthcare workers, and I know that the hospitals are working on that as well. So we have a conference call later today to speak to that issue. Overnight, the governor issued, under his authority, activated 2,000 National Guard members from the Commonwealth, and National Guard are restricted to certain things, but their task will be to support state agencies for equipment, logistics, warehousing, and related duties. Local cities, towns, and state agencies should submit requests if we need them directly through Mass Emergency Management through our Emergency Management Department. This is sort of information that's coming to us this morning in terms of numbers. So the first drive-through testing facility are open, and that's the Shrewsbury CVS site, and the tests will be processed at Quest. In the past, the tests were taken and then shipped off to California or as far away as California. Now the tests will be processed at Quest. Quest has a giant lab out just a couple of minutes away in Marlborough. Within the next week, Quest will be running about 20,000 tests a day nationwide. The benchmark in Massachusetts is to be testing 3,500 a day by next week. So materials and testing kits are coming in, and we are ramping up. Federal economic aid package proposal, there are a number of them, a couple of them through the federal government, one through the state, and so we're getting more information on that to you as we get it. We had David Janice from the North Central Mass Chamber yesterday, and they have a really good website for businesses. And so if you go to the website, which is northcentralmass.com, you will find that they have about 15 or 20 different links there to help you to stay up to date on how things impact your business. And as more and more businesses close, the phones ring and everyone's looking for guidance in terms of where they might receive some assistance and get further information. So anyway, 978-353-7600, or you can go to help@northcentralmass.com, and that you can they'll answer your questions either through email or through their phone system. City Hall is open for business. The buildings are closed, so all municipal buildings are closed. However, we are fully staffed, and whatever it takes to get you the information that you need. So try to go online, leominster-ma.gov. Most things are available online, but if you showed up from another state and you weren't sure, you come from another area, and you're there are phone numbers plastered all over our front doors to our municipal buildings, and you should call any one of those numbers. We have names and extensions and departments and what people's job descriptions are. And so if you need somebody from building, there are a number of phone numbers and extensions there. By all means, take advantage of that. They'll come outside, get you a form, pick things up, bring them back in, have them signed, whatever it takes, marriage certificates, birth certificates, et cetera. So my hat's off to everybody working for the city, the school department, because it is business as usual with the exception of being able to actually enter the building. So people have been very patient about it, and we'll continue on in that manner until further notice. The school hotline is 978-534-7700, extension 1341. For business questions at City Hall, 978-534-7500, 3579, Melissa Tasker. NorthCentralMass.com. Telemedicine, you'll hear a lot more about it as the days, as things begin to unfold, and they're trying to get to better and more direct health care and screening to those elderly and disabled. And so they'll have physicians and people in the healthcare industry called directly into their homes so they don't have to leave. Remember, there's a risk associated with the elderly leaving. You're going into a medical facility. And so they may suspect that they have some certain symptoms, but really going out of the house and going into one of these environments could really expose them. So we want to minimize that. Meals on Wheels continues to operate. You can call our senior center. They are staffed at the senior center at 978-424-7548. And if you have any questions while we are doing this morning briefing or the afternoon briefing, by all means, you could just send your questions through Facebook feed, which is out live as we speak. So just to spend a minute, Mock's Meals on Wheels provides meals to elders who are need in helping preparing their meals or are unable to attend a community dining site because of health issues or a lack of transportation. So please take advantage of that. 978-5, it says 424. I'll check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the correct number, 424-7548. The catch-all, the one-stop phone number, we have a couple of them. So we actually have two phone numbers that are important for you to know. One is City Hall, the mayor's office, 978. If you can't get through another department, they're tied up, phones are busy, 978-534-7500, extension 0, and we're there to help you out. If we can't give you the information immediately, we will certainly get that information and then get back to you. And that's 24/7 operation now as we move into things beginning to close. And there are a number of closures. For instance, Kohl's has closed, paper store, places like Home Depot are adjusting their hours. So is other places like Lowe's. So call ahead and find out, or go to their website. I know they have published those sites, those change in times and dates. Spanish American Center is open but minimal staff. The doors are closed, but they are checking their voice messages. Mock Child Care is closed through March 30th at the minimum. The hazardous materials day for this weekend is canceled. MassHire.com, they did 30,000 unemployment benefit applications the other day, and 20 on Monday. So by the end of the week, it'll probably be up around 80 or 90,000 people making claims for unemployment. 978-534-7500, extension 0 is the catch-all number. At our office, the Corona City hotline is 978, same number, 534-7500, and extension 5055. They will give you a phone number when it answers. The first thing it'll say is if you're calling about coronavirus updates or information, press a certain number, and it's 5055. Also, if you're using public transportation, go to the MART website because they are on limited service at this point. The post office is still open as we speak. We haven't gotten any information to say different, but yesterday they were open at the post office downtown, and they are moving forward with regular deliveries as well as all of the other delivery services. I will give a rundown of restaurants that are participating in takeout. Obviously, I don't think I need to keep saying it, but there's no in-seat dining for restaurants. So it's all takeout. 435 Bar and Grill, Applebee's, Aroma Joe's, C&M Pizza, Central Cup, Columbia Tavern, Comiquito, Christina's, The Daily Bagel, Domino's, Changado, El Camino, The Gazba, Lemongrass, Moe's, Munchies to Go, North End Diner, Paisanos, Papa John's, Papagino's, Papu's Pizza, Pastaland, Ryan Time, Dandini's Liquors has Say More, Ray's, Shake and Dog, Slate, Tang Dynasty, Tequila El Amigo, TC Lando's, Texas Roadhouse, Thai Jasmine, Tomato Pizzeria, Tomatoes, Pizzeria, and Uno's, West End Diner, and if there's any others that are open for takeout and or delivery, you could call our office, ask for Melissa Tasker, 978-534-7500, extension 0, and she will add you to the list, and we'll be updating this at 4 p.m. this afternoon. That is about all of the information that I have, and obviously I've tried to simplify things as much as I possibly can, because we get, just even through the night, massive amounts of information, and we try to reduce it to how does this affect you locally, and how can we help you locally. So we're fully staffed, we're there at City Hall and ready to help. However, my simple approach is assume that everything you touch has it, and assume that everyone has the virus. And if you sort of act in that capacity, then you will treat it as if every surface has it, then you will treat it that way. Clean the surface after people touch it. Obviously, wash your hands, sanitizer, all of those things. A number of banks, I understand, are still open, but there are a number of banks that have gone to just drive-up window, and those canisters are sort of germ carriers to begin with, so carry some hand sanitizer with you. The internet is filled with Embers. Yes, Embers is open, and for takeout, let's see. How many tests have been conducted locally and have the results come back? Yes, I think Worcester's doing tests as well as Health Alliance. The only time we know about the results is if somebody tests positive, and then the health department is notified, and that is the proper procedure, and we have not been notified of any test positives. Although each day more and more test kits are coming in, as I said, over at Quest, I think the numbers were in the state, they want to be doing 35, starting next week, they want to be doing about 3,500 tests per day. So right now what happens is they do a pre-screening, and if they feel that you have the symptoms, then you'll be given a test. And I think they'll probably step that up. So if you have a few of the symptoms, probably starting next week, then they'll probably give you the test. But right now, everyone in the healthcare industry is screening those who call. So if you call your primary doctor, call urgent care center, call a healthcare provider, whoever it might be, they're going to ask you a few questions about your symptoms, and based on that, you may be given a test. So that will probably speed up next week. That might expand its way to healthcare professionals as well as those in public safety who have not been tested. Remember, if you need to call 911 for any reason, it should be for a critical incident situation. If you're calling to be taken to the hospital and you need the ambulance, the dispatcher is going to ask you a series of questions. If you need police service, whatever it may be, please let them know of any illness, any symptoms that you may have. People are testing positive even though there are no symptoms, but please let them know at the dispatch so they can pass that on to either fire personnel, public safety, police, or whoever might be going there. Same thing with inspections. We're continuing to do inspections in the city so we can keep things moving. But we need to know if anybody's sick or has been sick or has any symptoms. We need to know that before we go into any buildings, any confined spaces. So again, City Hall is open. We're willing to do all that, but please let us know ahead of time, and you'll probably be asked a series of questions before we head out anyway. Okay, it looks like we've got everybody updated. We'll be back here at 4 o'clock to give you an update, another update in terms of yesterday. They report out at 4 in the afternoon, so you can get these just by going to the Mass Department of Public Health update. But as of yesterday, there were 14 confirmed cases in Worcester County. And so it doesn't mean that there aren't more people with them, and that's why I say just assume that everyone has it, the virus. Assume that every surface, that the virus is on every surface, and I think if you can do that, that's sort of an easy way to explain it. And I know that people keep hearing it over and over and over again, but that's my way of sort of explaining it, and keep keep washing your hands, and obviously the hand sanitizer. So people are beginning to ask, so what do I do? It's going to be a nice weekend, a little on the cool side, a little windy. What can I do? Most places are closed, but grocery stores are still open, pharmacies, etc. And I keep referring to the 26 miles of hiking trails that we have. I can't tell you how many people told me they've never been to Barrett Park, Evelyn Hashi Park, Carter Park, Cormier Park, Manusnock Brook, Monument Square, Prospect Park, Mechanic Street Park, Shoreland Farms, and Doyle Field. So what do you do this weekend? Well, if you're going out, might be a good weekend to start your, start your yard work, thinking about and planning what you're going to do in your garden. That's a lot of great resources on the internet, so take advantage of those. Just more and more every day are more and more resources for families in terms of the educational piece, but also just fun things to do with your family and your kids. So take advantage of those, and just are plenty of, as I said, 26 miles of hiking trails, parks. Keep that distance between each other, and you will have a safe weekend. But get out there. I notice more and more people are, especially on a nice day, out there walking, and more baby carriages being pushed around. Everyone's keeping their distance, and that's how we'll keep this under control. Thank you to Bradley and Carl and Keith and everybody here at LTV. They keep coming in at 9 and putting up these briefings, setting up the cable studio here for our briefings at 9 and then 4 in the afternoon, and we also stream this out for you. So lots of questions, more information coming today. By 4 this afternoon, we'll hope to have more information about child care centers being set up for those in the healthcare industry, as well as those in public safety who are at the front line of this virus pandemic. And remember, they're going to homes. It's business as usual, answering calls, all the people in the healthcare industry. And so we give them a big tip of the hat, a big shout out today, and be safe out there. And we'll try to do as much as we can as a community to back you up. So in times of struggle, we do our best. We get together. We help each other out. And please make sure if there's somebody that's elderly who might not have relatives around, checking on them, or maybe they don't have a family, check on them. Give them a phone call. Loneliness is going to become a big issue here through this process as we beat this disease. And just a phone call sometimes, a card, whatever it might be, helping them out, bringing the trash out, whatever it might be. Stay in touch with them. Bring them some reading materials, pick up a magazine for them, whatever it takes. Okay, we're going to sign off now. My name's Dean Mazzarolo, Mayor for the city. We do our briefings at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., and we'll be back here at 4 p.m. this afternoon.